Hello students, myself Mushir Ahmed. Now today I am going to teach you another topic in civics, rule of law and respect for right. Rule of law and the respect for right. It means a constitution expect every citizens to follow the rule and respect for right. As same, government respect for people's right. Now let's start the topic through the example of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe independence from white minority in 1980. Zimbabwe free from white minority in 1980, and after independence a political party ruled in Zimbabwe, and the name of the political party is ZANU PF. Those are led by the President Robert Mugabe. He ruled through a political party is called ZANU PF. Now, what is the relevance of rule of law and respect for right in terms of Zimbabwe example? President Mugabe uses unfair practices through popular and also election held regularly, always won by ZANU PF. Election held in Zimbabwe regularly, but always win the election by ZANU PF. Those are led by Robert Mugabe. Why? Because of that, Mugabe used unfair practices. He also changed constitution several times and increased the power of president and also make him less accountable. It means through unfair practices, Robert Mugabe retained their position in Zimbabwe through use unfair practices. Also, he harassed opposition and disrupt the political meeting of opposition. You know that opposition is an important role in a democratic procedure. Opposition's right to criticize government's policy and aware peoples to their right. So a law limits the rights to criticize the government, and the government led by Robert Mugabe also set the limits the rights to criticize the government. It means Robert Mugabe led by the ZANU PF led by the Robert Mugabe tried to ban people's criticize right. It means peoples have no right to criticize government. This is undemocratic. Why? Because of that, a democratic country, people have a right to criticize government and their policy. It means through this, it shows popular government can also be undemocratic. Popular government can also be undemocratic. Why? It means Robert Mugabe, ruled by ZANU PF, led by Robert Mugabe, control country through election, but use unfair practices. That step taken by Robert Mugabe is undemocratic. That's why their government is an undemocratic government. Why? Because they never respect the right and the rule of law. It means Constitution respects some basic rights of the citizen, and Constitution also provides some basic rights of the citizens, and it's a government duty to provide that kind of basic rights. Those are prescribed by the Constitution. Everyone should be equal before the law. Everyone, either he belongs to rich family, either he belongs to poor, equal before the law. equal before the law. A democratic government rules within the limits set by the constitutional law and the citizens' rights. It means government rules limits by the constitutional law and the citizens' right. It means every government bound to follow constitutional law and respect the citizens' right. So now that is the topic of rule of law and the respect for right. You know that rule of law first time used in British Constitution, and the founder of rule of law was Britain. So now that is the topic, rule of law and the respect for right. आज हम civics के चैप्टर में जो टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं रूल ऑफ लॉ एंड द रिस्पेक्ट फॉर राइट, उसमें हमने एग्जांपल जिम्बाब्वे का देखा जो कि 1980 में वाइट माइनॉरिटी से फ्री होता है और वहां पर एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जानू पीएफ फॉर्म होती है जो रॉबर्ट मुगाबे के लीडरशिप में रूल करती है। इलेक्शन वहां रेगुलरली होता है बट ऑलवेज इलेक्शन जानू पीएफ ही जीतती है। क्यों? क्योंकि रॉबर्ट मुगाबे अनफेयर प्रैक्टिसेस को यूज करते हैं, वे अपोजिशन को हरेस करते हैं, परेशान करते हैं, उनकी मीटिंग को डिस्टर्ब करते हैं और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में उन्होंने बहुत बार चेंज किया ताकि प्रेसिडेंट को और प्रेसिडेंट की पोजीशन को और स्ट्रॉन्ग किया जा सके और उसे अनअकाउंटेबल बनाया जा सके, जो कि एक अकाउंटेबल पोजीशन थी। ये बताता है कि जिम्बाब्वे में जो क्रिटिसिज्म का राइट्स था पब्लिक के पास गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट, उसको जो है लिमिट किया जा रहा है, बांधा जा रहा है, जो कि एक अनडेमोक्रेटिक स्टेप है। तो इसका मतलब कि एक पॉपुलर गवर्नमेंट अनडेमोक्रेटिक हो सकती है अगर वह रूल ऑफ लॉ और रिस्पेक्ट फॉर राइट को फॉलो नहीं करती है। क्यों? क्योंकि एवरीवन शुड बी इक्वल बिफोर द लॉ। हर आदमी का लॉ के सामने बराबर है, चाहे वो किसी भी पोजीशन का क्यों ना हो। यह डेमोक्रेटिक प्रिंसिपल है। ए डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट रूल्स विद इन द लिमिट्स। एक डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट्स लिमिट में बंधी होती है, जो कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लिमिट बनाता है, क्योंकि आप जान रहे हैं कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज द सुप्रीम लॉ। तो वह बाउंड करता है गवर्नमेंट्स को और सिटीजन्स राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट करता है। सो दैट इज द टॉपिक, रूल ऑफ लॉ एंड रिस्पेक्ट फॉर राइट।